Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about YouTubers that seem to get arrested and just kind of plummet downhill. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, over the past few years, many YouTubers have been arrested for various things, whether that's public indecency or just straight up heinous crimes in general. But today we're going to be talking about one in particular, and that is going to be Popular MMOs. Now, Popular MMOs, if you don't know who he is, back in the day played a lot of Minecraft, and almost every person that played Minecraft back in the day, or kind of was on YouTube, knew who Popular MMOs was. I believe at one time he even did some videos over different games like Call of Duty and stuff, but he was primarily on Minecraft. And what he would do is basically him and his girlfriend slash wife would play the game together and just make interesting content. And really, that's really all it was. But over time, Popular MMOs and his girlfriend basically fell apart and they ended up going their separate ways after a certain amount of time. But with that being said, that also made Popular MMOs kind of take this downward spiral on the internet, where he kind of went into this position where he would say weird things, and then he started to gain a lot of weight and do nefarious things behind the scenes. And at this point in time, he was probably a multimillionaire. Obviously, I'm not scheming in his bank account going, ha 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 ha, I know exactly what your funds are. But since he was making content in the very early time of YouTube when ad revenue was high, we could assume he probably has at least $2 to $3 million based off of the content that he made at the time since it was very kid friendly. And apparently, Popular MMOs got arrested. And this is completely brand new. It happened, I believe, one day ago. It happened 2 days ago. And basically, this is the big buzz going around the internet right now. So I'm going to play this first clip for you guys.
Wake up, man. I don't got all day for you. Wake up. Wake your ass up.
Weed and a ton of fireball. Homie is messed up.
Just put your arms like you're praying.
Look at what?
Like you're praying.
Yeah, just like palms touching.
No, I'm about to get chased.
You won't believe who it is, Sarge. Who is it? It's YouTube boy.
On March.
So I'm going to pause it there because really we don't need to do a extreme deep dive into this video to know what's going on. Clearly, at the beginning of the video, they find him laying on a random sidewalk where it seems he is on a copious amount of alcohol and maybe a little bit of something else. And what happens after this is obviously police officers are going to do one of two things in this situation. If you comply, they might just take you back home, and that's what they do a lot of the time. But if you are doing a lot of public indecency, then they will arrest you, and sometimes they might still arrest you, but not charge you, if that makes sense. Especially here in America, they will, if they see like you're intoxicated, for example, in public, they might just take you down to the station, let you sleep it off, and then let you go the next day. Not all the time, but it does happen. But after they try to help him up, as you can see here, he proceeds to basically resist very, very hard. You see there, he tries to run away. And the second you try to run away, that is now considered resisting arrest because no matter what was happening, they were arresting him even if they didn't plan to charge him. So now they have him on resisting arrest. And after that, they kind of go into this thing where it's like, oh, it's the YouTube boy. Clearly, he's known in this area. They've probably gotten calls about him before. If I had to guess, this is probably just the main first one we are really seeing on YouTube, which is kind of weird in my opinion. This is a weird title. YouTuber with 17 million subs tries to escape cops. I don't know. I think it's just a weird title. Like I feel like it would normally just be titled "Man Tries to Escape Cops," but they had that the 17 million subs on there. Now, the comments are a little bit wacky with this. I watched Popular MMOs every single day growing up. Now I'm in college. I watch EWU almost every day. Never expected this collab in a million years. I'm in shambles. Like, that is so messed up, man, that they're doing a collab. That is so messed up. Never thought I would have ever seen a body cam footage of a YouTuber I grew up with. Weird times. And this is really the sad thing behind this, really, right? So obviously, it is sad that he is doing this and he's kind of on this downward spiral. But I think the really sad thing about it is this means that his mental state is really out the door. So I hope instead of just arresting him and sending him to jail, I hope what they do is they send him to like a mental health hospital or somewhere to help him get clean. So that way he can kind of lean off of this stuff because he used to be a really, really good YouTuber. And really, I just think that he needs some help instead of just throwing him in a jail cell. Now, I did see some people say that they're going to send him to a mental health hospital once they kind of get him down off of whatever he is on. But this is the main thing that he could end up actually going to jail for. And I am not 100% sure, like, if this is going to kind of go on top of what's already going on. Because if you don't know how the law works, if you've never been in trouble with the law, usually the more stuff that you've had stacked up before, the more they kind of look down on you and the harsher they're willing to be with you. It's a very gross way that they go about it. They should really treat everybody equally, but it's usually how it happens. If you have had a history in the past, then they will usually treat you worse. And that's kind of something I could see here where he has a history of assaulting a police officer in the past. This says it happened in December 3rd, 2024, is when this article is written, meaning it probably happened a little bit before this. And that means that they could easily just be like, okay, well, you were resisting arrest and public indecency, so we're just going to send you to jail for however long the jail time would be for this. Or, he takes a fine and does community service as well. But I think a good way they could really go about this is what I said before is go, okay, this guy needs help, especially since they know him, right? Like, would definitely be like, yeah, I think this guy needs help. We should get him into like rehab and really try to help him. Because it would just suck, being this guy, being popular MMOs, because you go in this situation where you've probably have millions of dollars, but at some point in time, your life took a dive, and ever since then, you've been on a downward spiral, and every single thing that happens to you gets posted on the internet. Like, this situation, in my personal opinion, shouldn't really be on the internet. I think it's kind of weird to like put this on the internet because this seems like a clickbait title. Like, this really seems like a clickbait title instead of like, look at our police, having this body cam footage. But I do understand why they posted it as well because they're just posting body cam footage in general and they're not really discriminating. It's just a weird title, in my opinion. So, with that being said, I do hope that he gets help. And I do want to say that I think this is kind of a notion where money doesn't buy happiness because he probably has millions of dollars in whatever accounts he has, his house, and whatever he has. But the thing is even though he has that amount of money, it doesn't change probably how bad he feels inside. And for anybody struggling with that is on YouTube and maybe watching this video, if you are struggling with any addiction or mental health, then please go and seek help. It is definitely worth it. That was just a little rant that I wanted to do today off Popular MMO since I saw that kind of pop up in my feed and I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. Let me know what you guys think about Popular MMOs in the comments below and what you think about what I said in this video. Besides that, I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Peace.